What's up, guys? Time for another Tech News Day.
Every January, most of the tech world descends upon Las Vegas, the city of sin, to freeze their asses off at CES.
It does get cold there, actually. It's in the desert.
Apparently
but-
it's snowing this year.
Wow.
Miserable. Just what's the worst time to go to Vegas? Let's pick that.
I hope someone's developing some really cool heat technology for, jackets or something.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But yeah, CES is the Consumer Electronics Show. Every year, we outsiders get a glimpse at one or two pretty cool innovations, along with a ton of weird crap that will never take off, either because it's stupid or because it's capitalizing on a trend with a questionable shelf life. We had stuff like hoverboards, 3D video cameras, and drones before. It's all cool and innovative, but doomed. Never catch on with consumers the way that manufacturers would like.
I feel like they always pitch it as the people that are there buying the stuff for their companies are like, but your kids are gonna love it. And they're like, well, you might be true. You might be right. Anyways, it didn't always used to be like this. CES was pretty great until Steve Jobs showed that individual tech companies could simply hold their own events for all their big announcements. And now that's what all the really big tech companies do. Most of them still show up at CES with at least a booth presence, but for the most part, CES is a showcase for new TVs from name brands and ridiculous junk from startups and smaller companies that are inevitably trying to get bought out and have their tech taken from them for lots of money. Now, CES is often the place where the science fiction of yesteryear finally comes to life and then ends up being way more lame than you'd imagine, or prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, so let's run down the best and worst of CES 2018, starting off on the positive side of things. And here's what we've seen so far that's actually pretty great. First off, the HTC Vive is finally getting a facelift after 2 years in the market with the Vive Pro. The Vive Pro's resolution is 78% higher than the original Vive. It's got 2 built-in cameras that will allow for augmented reality and better motion tracking. It's got built-in headphones like the Rift, and it's way more comfortable and ergonomic. Also, it's blue for some reason.
How would you tell the difference if it wasn't blue? It's marketing. Smart marketing. There's no word on pricing or the exact release date, but HTC says the Vive Pro will be released in the first half of 2018, so not to wait too long. Hopefully this next generation of Vives brings down the price of the first generation and makes VR more accessible for customers. It's getting there. It's getting there. They had some deals over Christmas that were somewhat affordable.
And, there's actually a lot of good VR games now. It just took a while.
It takes a little while for this stuff to get off the ground. But perhaps even more exciting for Vive users was the debut of a wireless adapter that attaches to the top of the headset, like some antlers. Anyone who's spent more than a few minutes in room-scale VR knows how annoying and distracting and even hazardous the cables can get. So this is a very, very big step for immersion overall.
Yeah,
and it makes it easier for you to actually play with. If you have one in your home, it's a hassle to bring it out.
There's so many weird solutions of running the wires up to the ceiling with a series of
fishing
pulleys
rod
and shit. This solves a lot of that. Yeah. So that's cool. For people who still prefer the 2D experience though, Asus ROG announced a pretty interesting product at CES. It's a totally analog. And it's just a strip of glass and mirrors that they're simply calling the bezel-free kit. And it's meant to sit between the monitors in a 3-monitor setup and create the illusion of one big seamless display. As of when we're filming this, they haven't actually showed anyone the product in action, which is troubling, but it's a cool idea. Hopefully it actually works.
Yeah, the thing with this though is it's not an actual OLED or anything like that. It's just making it so you don't have the bezel. It's not going to give you any extra screen space. You're still going to have when you drag your mouse across.
If those black bars between your 3-monitor setup is just driving your OCD off the chain.
I would say most people with a 3-monitor setup can probably afford this weird physical device.
Yeah,
so
it's for them.
It's great. It's set up just for you.
CES is all about products for very, very specific
rich people.
Needs. Yes.
And then eventually it trickles down. This is the real trickle-down economy.
Yeah.
Eventually it gets to us when it gets cheaper. The rich people are beta testers. Now, CES has also debuted plenty of self-driving car news. Toyota debuted a concept called the e-Pallet, which is basically just a big empty box on wheels that drives itself and can be repurposed for all sorts of different applications. Ford announced that it'll be teaming up with Postmates for self-driving on-demand food delivery, which is great. And NVIDIA announced a partnership with Uber to improve the AI of their self-driving fleet. Also, another partnership with Volkswagen to create what they're calling an AI co-pilot for drivers.
Yeah. Good for them.
I guess Uber's doing okay in the Waymo lawsuit now? NVIDIA's gonna partner?
I don't know. I've been sort of following that for a while now. That's a lawsuit that's never gonna end. There's just so much back and forth.
Maybe this is a step for them to get away from it and do something completely different.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
No collusion.
It's a nothing burger.
So probably the biggest no-brainer announcement to come out of CES is Tile announcing that their tech is going to just be built into a variety of products from different companies. Tile, of course, currently makes a little keychain device thing that you attach to stuff that you lose a lot, like your keys. If you're within 100 feet, you can use your phone's Bluetooth to set off a loud, annoying alarm to find whatever you're looking for. Also, if it's farther away than that, but it's still near another Tile user or a Wi-Fi network that's partnered with Tile, you'll see a map of where it is. So, anyway, the next logical step for this thing, of course, is just building it right into products and getting it on more Wi-Fi networks. So now they're doing that with Bose earbuds and headphones, and Samsonite luggage, and Herschel backpacks, and even some connected health products like inhalers. And they're partnering with Comcast Wi-Fi networks and the San Jose airport.
I bought a Tile, didn't know if I would use it all that much. It actually is very beneficial because it has two things. If you leave your phone in the middle of the couch and you're frantically searching, you just press it and your phone starts going off. And also, like if someone just I left my keys here and someone just drove by that had a Tile in anything, it shows where everything is.
Yeah.
They currently have it in Herschel wallets, which I'm very interested in because I actually have a Herschel wallet without any smart tech in it. But luckily, not losing my wallet all the time, although I guess it would be beneficial if it
if you're the kind of person who loses your wallet a lot, get that Herschel wallet.
Maybe you can't afford it because you're losing your wallet all the time.
Yeah, that's the problem. How am I supposed to afford all these things?
It's cool that they're doing it for the earbuds, though, because that was my first concern with the Apple stuff. Is just like,
I bought some really cheap Bluetooth earbuds recently, like real cheap. They were on sale. I got them for like $25. I lost those like the other day, and it was driving me insane. I finally found them, but it was just like, God, they're too small.
Yeah, you need to just tie like those things that you put on sunglasses when you're doing extreme sports.
Yeah,
just tie a ribbon around it.
Everything's getting too small. You lose it too easily.
Anyways, like we said earlier, though, CES is dominated by TVs, with all the big manufacturers promoting bigger, brighter, thinner, and more expensive displays. LG showed off a massive prototype 88-inch 8K OLED that's apparently gorgeous, guys. We have no idea. You can't tell in pictures. And she's rail thin. And they also showed off a 4K projector that can project an image up to 150 inches diagonal, and then this weird 65-inch concept TV that somehow rolls up into a box when you're not using it. Cool. Like so many amazing things at CES, it's amazing that this is possible, but it's a solution in search of a problem. Maybe.
Are you tired of your TV being where it is and not disappearing every time you finish using it?
For me, it ties the room together. If it rolled away, I'd be like, my room looks empty.
Yeah. So you got to put a placeholder like painting behind it.
I also feel weird that it would be like, hey, you guys want to watch TV?
Yeah.
All right, we could have been watching something by now.
Also, that thing's got to be fragile as hell. Just like a gust of wind will break those pixels.
Nobody with cats could ever own this.
No.
Or a dog, for that matter.
No. Or kids.
It's for, like we said, very specific people are going to be buying these things.
Samsung also showed off a giant 8K TV. This one's 85 inches. And unlike the LG one, this one's actually heading to the market. And it also solves that itty-bitty problem of no actual 8K content being available by using artificial intelligence to upscale the video to 8K. Okay. Samsung also debuted a 146-inch 4K micro LED TV that they're calling The Wall because it's ridiculously
Pink Floyd's going to be very upset.
Yeah. Or Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh, no. They built it.
I'm going to put a giant TV on the border. It's going to be like, no.
Yeah.
You stay in Mexico. Also, aren't these pixels so tiny you can't even tell?
No, they're just going to project a bunch of armed guards that aren't actually there.
Big if true. But yeah, The Wall, it uses the same technology as Samsung's cinema screen that's been adopted by a handful of movie theaters. And the biggest draw seems to be that it's modular, meaning that businesses or insanely rich people can just snap several of them together in a variety of different configurations to create a literal wall of tiny pixels.
It'd probably be cheaper than the one we're going to build. And if we can get Mexico to pay for this, I mean...
Why wouldn't Mexico want to pay for this beautiful TV?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sony showed off their take on a 4K projector that beams a massive 120-inch picture onto your wall, and even more impressive is that it's a short throw projector, meaning that it sits less than a foot away from the wall that you're projecting it onto. It's also got built-in 360-degree sound, and when it's not on, it looks like a piece of high-end modern furniture. Oh, and it cost $30,000.
Woo!
Wow. NVIDIA, for their part, is trying to get giant displays to catch on with gaming, introducing what they're calling the BFGD.
Ugh.
Big fucking gaming display. Is that what it stands for?
Big format gaming display.
Nah, big fucking gaming display.
Gamers know what the F stands for.
Don't tell your parents, kids. They're 65-inch, 1440p, 120Hz G-Sync displays from Acer, Asus, and HP, and while price hasn't been announced for any of them, we have to assume that they're very not cheap. Here's the problem with this stuff. You're getting 8K out there now. 4K's been out there. Still, for consumers, 4K is becoming affordable. For people that produce content, it is still not affordable to go out and buy a 4K camera and use it on a daily basis.
Plus all
to
the
create
hard
something.
drive space. That footage is too big.
Yeah, unless you're an actual studio that does high-end production for TV or movies, very prohibitive. So,
also, I'm too old. My eyes are shitty now, and
The older you
I
get,
can't
the less
tell
you
the
need it.
difference.
Yeah.
I can't. My eyes are incapable of telling the difference. I don't need this 8K shit.
true.
But enough about the cool, albeit wildly impractical shit on display at CES. Let's get to the fun part where we mock the things that are uncool and wildly impractical. Starting with FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, who is so uncool that he canceled his scheduled appearance at the convention. What a coward! Boo!
Too cool for that event.
But the second least cool thing to come out of CES 2018 so far is the announcement of the X1 Mech Racing League. After spending 2 years eagerly awaiting that USA versus Japan mech fight, and then finding out that real-life mech fights are actually incredibly hopelessly lame, there's just no way we can get excited about the announcement of a mech racing league that doesn't even include fighting.
So they just stand up and run or something?
Run.
I think it'd be cooler if we get all the AI in the cars and then do like the Cars movies in real life. Let them race, but then be like the Twitch chat can vote on who wants to crash into who, and then bam, smash.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Destruction Derby powered by Twitch and
safe.
AI cars.
Totally safe.
Well, you don't even have any humans nearby.
Exactly. It's safe.
Carmageddon. Anyways, the announcement for that mech racing thing came via a company called Furion Exobionics, and unlike that mech fight, which at least looked cool in promo videos, even the announcement video for this proposed racing league is laughably uncool. These four-legged mechs only walk up to 20 miles per hour, and their movement, it resembles that of a tortoise or a sloth. All the dramatic music in the world can't make this exciting, and honestly, we'd rather just watch real tortoise races and maybe throw a rabbit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like glorified farming equipment that's racing each other.
Yeah. At least farming equipment, they can dig.
I think it goes faster too, depending on the size of it.
Do they have like triathlons for like front end loaders? You gotta
they probably
you gotta
do.
race and then you gotta move all the hay over here and then
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
have
dig
like
a
stunt
hole.
things you can do 360s, but they also have tractor pulls,
Yeah.
which is just ginormous tractors pulling tons of weight. Very loud and impressive. Lots of black smoke. You know, the Southerners they love
rolling
it.
coal.
Yeah, they're just rolling coal, baby.
Speaking of things that will never be cool, smart glasses.
You don't know that.
Never be cool. A company called Vuzix is showing off the Blade, which is their take on this doomed concept.
It shows you which people are vampires.
While it does feature an AR display in your vision and take voice commands, like the Google Glass did, it's also hideous like Google Glass, just in new ways. These at least look like glasses, but only sort of, because in order to fit all that tech in there, they're bulky and stupid looking like active shutter 3D glasses that you'd wear at a movie theater. You'll basically be sacrificing dignity and money in order to save you a few seconds that it would take you to pull out your phone and check your notifications. Or, hey, smartwatch. Literally go like this. No, I need to have it in front of my face at all times. I mean, I guess I can see this being useful for people like surgeons, but the marketing is clearly presenting this as a consumer product, and that's just simply not going to happen in this current state.
You know what? Maybe this is a product for old people because they wear those big giant glasses, the blue blockers and all
I'm
that.
starting to think like CES probably is more relevant to the needs of the elderly and the disabled than anyone else. If
They're
they
solving problems for people that literally can't get things done.
if they were just upfront about that, like most of the shit, no one's lazy enough to need this, but if you literally can't move, This is life-changing.
The old people, they can't use the Google Maps, so if they just say where they're going into their glasses, they could just get their walker out and go
Tell
the right
me where
direction.
to go. Where's my house?
Or if they're sitting in the retirement home, you just put on the movie mode and pretend you're somewhere else. Anyways, there's also, of course, loads of products at CES that are technically innovations intended for society's most technologically illiterate, the elderly. Yeah, so we just talked about them. Here's more. There's the Helite Hip Air, which is a belt meant for old people to wear at all times, just in case they fall. In which case, 2 giant airbags will instantly pop out to cushion their fall and prevent hip injuries. Who did they test this on?
Hundreds of old people. All right, you're falling down.
I put it on my old elderly father just to prove the concept.
Now you're
worked.
going down the stairs.
Boom. Just put him in the whole thing has to blow
I'm
up.
falling and I can get up.
Yeah, it also inflates more and lifts you back up onto your feet. It's a noble idea, sure, but no person is ever going to willingly strap this thing on and keep it charged every single day of the rest of their life just in case they happen to fall down. Hip protecting underwear already exists, and old people refuse to wear it because it looks ridiculous. And this $800 belt, it's not going to change that.
No. No, I'd rather die than wear this belt. But Grandpa, it'll save you in case you break your hip. Just let me die.
You would assume that the thing expanding fast would also be a jolt to their whole core as well.
I'm tired of living in the future. Let me die.
Just put those glasses on me and let me go somewhere else.
You think just because I'm old, I don't have dignity or taste?
The dignity machine.
Speaking of the olds, they're the only they're the only audience I can imagine for the Gemini from Planet Computers. This is an attempt to revive the old clamshell mobile phone design with a built-in physical keyboard. Yeah, I mean, typing on mobile still sucks, but no one wants to lug around this thick boy just so they can type with 2 fingers instead of 1. Mm-hmm. Although, scratch that, apparently people do want this thing based off the $1.3 million they raised on Indiegogo, so maybe we're the ones who are wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's huge. You
It's great for old people.
Maybe.
But the thing is now, if you just talk to it.
Yeah, I know.
Just say things.
Yeah, you never have to touch your phone.
Yeah. If you're so old that you can't communicate properly, maybe you shouldn't be
Okay,
communicating.
Google, call my grandson.
He doesn't want to hear from you.
Okay, Google, call my grandson. Tell him I'm sorry I didn't wear the airbag belt.
But tell him
I need a ride to the hospital.
My smart diaper's full. That's what they need. Self-cleaning Depends.
Where does the poop go?
You figure, I'm not a tech guru. I'm not the one developing this. Yeah, you strap a hose to the back of it. It's a hose that you permanently wear around your house.
No, just when you clean it, you strap it.
Tethered.
Yeah, like an astronaut. How do they what? Stick their butt to a hole or something?
Yeah, I think they just.
I think they
take their
poop in
pants
their
off
pants.
and they go out in space and they. And they bring it
It's
back
like when
in.
you're on a long drive. We gotta save time. Let's just pull over on the side of the highway and do it.
Yeah.
Like the truckers that piss in the jugs and then
The
toss them.
space around the ISS is just full of duty.
One of the hard secrets that they don't want the
they don't
public
tell
to
you
know
that.
about. Space smells like shit, and there's a reason for that. Apparently, space does smell bad.
What?
Yeah, look it up. One new trend at CES that no one asked for is high-tech luggage that follows you around. Instead, I saw this is fucking great. Instead of having to be pulled. Oh no! What a hard thing it is.
Look at this luggage. It's following me. Look at these 2 hands.
Just fucking kick it over.
Yeah.
Hey, sir.
If I ever see one of these, that's what's happening.
I feel like it's not like the TSA would have a problem with this because they want you to have your hand on your luggage the entire time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sir, your fucking luggage is following you around. It's not safe.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he was following you around before you got to the airport. At least at the airport we can monitor it, but who knows what your luggage was up to. Anyways, it's using the same technology that those stupid hoverboards used in, that was 2 years ago. Now it's repurposed for luggage. It's a cool idea in theory. Frees up your hands and makes navigating a giant airport slightly less shitty, but in order for that to work, you have to actually trust that this thing is going to follow you around without you looking behind yourself every 5 seconds, which is arguably worse than just pulling it. And have the people that developed this actually seen an airport when it's busy?
Yeah, no, people are.
You can't even get through when you're holding it.
Things gonna get lost. Where's my order?
Anyways, based on The Verge's experience with the Puppy One suitcase from 90 Fun, owning one of these would involve constantly having to turn around and pick it up after it repeatedly falls over or gets lost.
And they just did it in a parking lot with no one else around.
No one around. and not like as if everyone had these, where they're just like zooming,
crashing into each other.
They should a better system would be checking both bags and then having the one that is your carry-on just showing up at the plane for you.
Well, you got the airports. That's on them.
Yeah, put it on, but it's their fault then. Now, to be fair, other attempts at smart luggage that use 4 wheels, like the Ford XCX1, they have fewer issues, obviously, but this is still one of those things we'd have to trust fully before committing to. For now, and probably for the rest of my life, I'll just keep pulling.
Yeah, or I'll make enough money to hire a servant to carry all my bags.
Yes.
Come on. Nope, be careful.
The people that buy these, they probably have, like, housekeepers or whatever that can come on trips and assistants, actually, and just bring everything around.
Finally, we have to give our award for peak CES to Kohler, the kitchen and bathroom appliance company, who is rolling out a whole product line of high-tech, Jetsons-inspired smart home crap that no one needs. Now, thanks to Kohler, instead of flushing the toilet, you say, "Hey Alexa, flush the toilet." Instead of turning on the shower and manually dialing in a temperature, you say, "Hey Alexa, turn on the shower and make it warm." They even got a faucet that turns on with your voice commands. Oh, hold up, wait. Turn on the water. Oh my God, my life is
how it actually
forever
goes is,
changed.
Turn on the water. Turn on the water.
Turn on the water.
Hold on, something's fucking up. I really wanted to show you guys this water fountain thing. Hold
Yeah.
on. Turn on the water. All right, well, there's no handles. I can't actually turn it on now because it's not responding.
Yeah.
Why don't they just market the sensor things to people? That would be nice, having the sensors in your house. That's easy. Then you don't need to say anything.
Except those things almost never work either.
And they're very sparing with their water. Everyone's trying to conserve. Give me the full flow.
Yeah. Anyway, anyone lazy enough to buy into this smart bathroom shit is too lazy to actually use it. They're probably shitting their pants and refusing to bathe anyway. So who is this for?
They're using my poop tube that I just developed.
To be fair, though, as fans of bidets, it would be cool to tell Alexa to shoot warm water in my butthole, because the smart toilet does have a bidet.
I would use it for, like, hey, Alexa, warm the toilet seat up so that when I get in there, it's nice and warm.
So you have to, like, plan your poops? Like,
No, I know when they're coming. It doesn't take long.
hey, Alexa,
You got a big one coming.
got one coming.
Maybe
All
reduce
right.
the water level in the toilet, so,
Yeah, no splash.
Yeah, well, with our big dick toilet, you don't have to put your dick
It's
in the
true.
water.
Very low water. It's like almost ground level.
So yeah, that's CES so far. There might be some big last-minute announcements coming, but so far it's pretty much par for the course for the lamest tech convention in America. Now, before we get Phil in here to update you on how every computer in the world has a massive security flaw right now, we've got a sponsor this week, and it's CenturyLink. Setting up a wireless network can get complicated quickly, and keeping your network running at peak performance while managing your business can get nearly impossible. Now, thankfully, CenturyLink Business Wi-Fi gives your business more than just a wireless connection.
Yeah, it gives you dual band segmentation that splits your guests and employees, prioritizing your most important traffic, preventing breaches, and avoiding slowdowns that you can't afford. You can access all these features from a single user-friendly dashboard that offers a view into wireless performance, like which apps are being used and whether a customer is new or returning, and it leverages these insights to improve the customer experience and inform your marketing strategy.
Get your wireless network set up in a few simple steps and get back to the tasks that matter to your business, all while deploying enterprise-grade Wi-Fi for your employees and customers. Just go to CenturyLink.com/reliable Wi-Fi for more information. That's CenturyLink.com/reliable Wi-Fi. With CenturyLink Business Wi-Fi, get more than a wireless connection. Service is not available everywhere, but check out the site.
All you business owners watching our show,
thank
better
you.
sign up for CenturyLink.
Thank you for sponsoring the show, CenturyLink. We appreciate it. And now we can get Phil in here to let us know how screwed every computer on Earth is right now.
Woo.
So it looks like we have our first giant flaming tech fireball where we're all possibly affected of 2018. Spectre and Meltdown are two security vulnerabilities that affect nearly every processor out there in the world from the last 10 years or so. AMD, Intel, ARM processors in your phone, tablet, computer, pretty much everything are vulnerable because of something called speculative execution. Essentially, all these sorts of processors have a way of boosting their performance by speculating which little calculations that they have to do may or may not be necessary. So what this does is it makes your games run faster and your websites load quicker and your angry text messages shoot off faster. But the problem is a little exploit in these lets everybody kind of jump in your processor and see exactly what you're doing and kind of maybe hack your machine a little bit. So What's happening is everyone is addressing these with software patches to OSs because it is broken on a fundamental level. All these processors, you can't fix them. So Safari's getting a patch, and Macs are getting a patch, and Windows is getting a patch. And it's kind of a band-aid because all these processors are kind of broken forever. The downside to this is when you patch this speculative execution, your processor is going to be slowed a little bit. Probably nothing that you're not going to notice unless you're benchmarking your machine and going, hey, you stole 1.1 frames in PUBG. But while, plebes like us aren't really going to notice, people who run cloud servers like Amazon may see between 5 and 30% decreases in their performance because they have so many goddamn machines running this thing. So what can you do about it? Patch your stuff. Windows has updates, all the Mac stuff from phones all the way down, your little Apple TV have patches. Except if you have an AMD processor and you're running Windows. Because something happened where the patch to fix the problem actually created one and was bricking Windows machines running older AMD processors. Now Windows was like, whoa, we base these off of the old spec sheets for your AMD processors and all that documentation, and that was wrong, and AMD kind of just didn't say anything, so Windows had to pull the update if you have an AMD processors. All right, so let me just make this whole situation just a little bit worse. Do you remember last year when that Equifax breach took like half of Americans' sensitive information and they released it because they got hacked, and then all those executives magically sold their stock before it got released? Well, something similar happened because Intel's CEO sold a lot of stock back in October, and they knew about this vulnerability for 5 months before that happened. So people are speculating that maybe he sold all that stock to get rid of it before this whole thing went public. But details are developing on that, but I would say patch all your stuff unless you're running an older AMD processor on a Windows machine, and just, hopefully when the next big tech train hits us, I'll be here to tell you it'll just be simple as hitting update on your thing. Bye.
All right, that's it for Tech News Day this week. If you're gonna Texas or Texas adjacent this Saturday,
I think Las Cruces, New Mexico is kind of close.
Yeah, if you have the privilege of being able to cross over from Mexico into the U.S. without too much trouble, we'll be right there in San Antonio at the. Well, we won't be at PAX.
Yeah, we're PAX adjacent.
PAX adjacent. We'll be at the Howl at the Moon bar down by the Riverwalk, filming 2 live streams on Saturday. One's at 11, one's at 2.
That's 11 a.m. Get up early.
Yeah. But yeah, it's open to the public, all ages.
You don't need a badge. Come hang out, be on camera, help us play games. We're going to be playing at party time. We're going to be doing Jackbox. If you got your phone in there in the crowd, you can participate along with us. Come say hi, and we'll see you guys there on Saturday. Hopefully we get a good turnout. In the meantime, we got 2 new episodes for you. One is where we talk about the Golden Globes and a bunch of other stuff that happened over the weekend. And we also have a brand new episode of Tugs, where is this the biggest new Battlegrounds Battle Royale mode, this game? I guess you'll have to find out by watching.